Hi there. I'm Tish.
I'm Lily.
And we are
Haunted Housewives.
We're
so excited.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
It is time.
Next week. It all starts next week.
Yay.
Haunt season. The most wonderful time of the year. Really, literally. Sorry about that.
Oh my God, it is.
Sing
it from your heart.
I'm so sorry. I swear I will not just burst into song randomly.
Oh, you will. We will.
We will.
Unless you ask us for a song. Then we've never heard of a song.
We've never
ever
heard music.
In our life.
What?
Songs?
Song?
Okay, and we'll just stare at you with a blank look on our face.
But clearly we are very happy because it's haunt season, y'all.
Yes.
Everything in our area, we're based in Western Pennsylvania, although if you've listened to our videos, we go to Ohio, Michigan, West Virginia, and we are open to visiting just about anywhere, depending on our
little trips.
Yeah, our budget and our schedule. But you know, it's haunt season, and we are.
It is, yeah. It's our haunt season starts this coming weekend.
September 6th and September 7th, the first haunts in our area are opening. And of course, the following weekend is Friday the 13th. So everyone is opening then.
Yes, so many.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea how many haunts we're going to get to visit that weekend.
Yeah.
I have no idea how we're going to juggle all of it.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Four's doable.
and there's a couple. Yeah, it's doable. I mean, potentially 5. We'll see. There's one we would live to go to early. We might end up doing it later.
Yeah.
But whatever we don't get to that weekend, we'll do the following weekend.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes.
Our haunt schedule is a finely calibrated mixture.
Right? It's super, super organized and super well. We'll do it next weekend until there's no more weekends.
Okay. Oh, and then, and we heard from this place. They're open. Do you want to go see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a combination of organization and that sounds like fun.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Or if we get a message like, hey, you guys want to come out here? We're like, yes. Yes, we do.
The answer to that is always yes.
That's true. We always want to.
Yeah.
If we can make it work. I know.
What could go wrong? We are clearly, if you've seen any of the horror movies based around on haunted houses, if you've seen Hell House LLC, if you've seen Haunt, if you've seen, what's the one that's set in sort of the traveling park? I can't remember the name right now. Yeah. We're the idiots.
Yeah, there'll be a movie about us one day.
Who will show up, be like, yeah, we're here. Please let us in. But yeah, we will go just about anywhere. And so we're here tonight because clearly this is our favorite time of the year. This is our favorite thing to do. It's super fun. But sometimes we don't get the reactions from our friends, workers. So, Lily, when you tell people what you do for fun, what's the reaction?
I get varying reactions. A lot of times it's, what? That's nice. Like, they don't understand it, but they're just like, oh, okay.
It's so nice that you found someone who will do that with you.
Yes. Yes, I've gotten that a few times. And I usually people like to tell me their experience, whether they like haunted houses or they don't like haunted houses.
Yeah, it's
like, I hate those. I could never. I'm too scared.
Right.
Or, I usually go to 1 or 2 a year, and then they'll ask, our experiences and which ones we like best and are scared the most.
Here's where the SpongeBob SquarePants title card comes in. 6 hours later.
Right. They will never ask again. No. Though, except for, like, I used to get, I switched jobs. I work at a different place now. But in my old place, every weekend, they would ask, where are you going this weekend? Where are you going this weekend? So I got to talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah. I have a couple of friends at work who will ask about my experiences, and we'll trade stories about our haunted house experiences. But sometimes you get people who ask you, why do you do that? Why do you do that? And also frequently, where would you recommend? What's the scariest place?
Yes.
So tonight we're going to do a few things. We're going to talk about how to be a good visitor at a haunted house. I think we're going to start though with why you should go to a haunted house this season. We're going to start with our pitch for you to go visit some of these places. And finally, talk about some of the stuff that we are looking forward to this season.
Just thinking about it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I have had people also say, you spend all that money doing that? And it's like, yeah, it's a hobby. It's something we love to do. People spend money on their hobbies all the time.
Right.
It's literally a live show we're going to.
Right. It's like, exactly. It's like going to a concert. It's like going to theater. You're going to a live performance. You're paying for the live performance. You're paying for...
Literally in the middle of it.
The props, the set, the acting. And you get to participate in it. You get to be part of it. So yeah, yes.
Take all money.
Pay.
Take all...
Take all the
Here's my card.
Oh my god! And someone out there is doing a screenshot going.
Sorry about your luck.
So, and this is going to end up being the thumbnail that YouTube chooses for us.
Yes,
We get
the thumbnails they choose are hilarious, and it's always you. They focus on any face you make.
I make too many faces. That's the problem.
They act like I just sit here stoic.
I make too many faces. That's it. All right. So, why you need to go to a haunted house this season, fall 2024, celebrate Halloween. You have 8 weeks.
Yes, there's 8 weeks in the season.
8 weeks. If you start in early September, there are places that are opening September 6th. There are places that will be open through the first weekend in November because Halloween is on a Thursday night this year. So you have the opportunity, no matter what your schedule is, you can find a place to go.
Yeah, there's some open on Sundays, some Thursdays. So if you can't possibly go on a weekend, there's other days of the week.
Somebody will accommodate you.
You can fit it in.
So clearly, we love this.
Do it.
Do it.
There's subliminal messages. We should put little signs up. Do it. Go.
Go to the haunted house. Lily, why should people go to a haunted house?
To let off steam.
What do you mean by that's a good point. What do you mean?
It's not even like an art top, like we just love it so much, but even if you're like, it's okay, like we always feel like the night after going to haunts, it's just like this release, like it's just your body is so calm. You can sleep good. Which is funny to think of. I guess some people would have trouble sleeping.
I have a good friend who, when I told him about some of our haunted house experiences, he said, "Oh, I love hearing about this, but I can never do that. I have anxiety." And and I think my response was something like, "Me too."
Yeah.
I mean, because if you are at all inclined to be anxious, going to a haunted house is a really fun, safe way to confront your fears.
Yes.
And
I scared
think,
and you're safe.
Yeah.
And screaming helps too, you know.
Come on, don't you just want to scream sometimes?
Right.
Don't you just want to walk outside and scream? There's the thumbnail. As I make faces at the camera. No, but modern life is
stressful.
It's stressful. It's fraught with anxieties. There are times when between, work and other activities and family, I want permission.
Yes.
I want permission to scream.
Everything's so like serious, and
haunted houses give you a chance to let go. And the other thing is, so we talked about this so much when we started going. Your attention is so focused when you're in a haunted house. When you're on a trail, when you're looking down that dark pathway to see what's lurking in the shadows ahead of you. Your attention is so focused on the moment that you don't have room for some of the other white noise that might be in your head.
Yep. I'm literally not thinking of anything else. Not the car payment, not stuff at work, not I gotta go grocery shopping.
Not our kids blowing up our phones. Mom.
The moment we step into the haunts, we get out. Oh, there's 25 messages.
Yeah, reliably, always. But
yeah, you're so focused on that. You like all the voices quiet.
Yeah. So. Haunted houses are relaxing. Which is weird to say. They really are relaxing. And we've said this before. We'll say it again. You'll hear it a lot with us. They're art.
Yeah. Yep. It's going. What did I used to say? There was something I used to say about how you can just feel the vibe. Like every haunt has its own heartbeat, so to say. And you go in and you can see the vision and you can feel it and you just know that everything that went into it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we have all of these photographs from the entrance of a haunted trail we went to last year. We Scary Harry's haunted trail in Indiana County. It's on a mountain in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
But just the path to get into the haunt is so beautiful. It's so well lit, and it has this gorgeous mood. Yes. And before you even get there, you can feel like what they're striving for. One of the haunted houses that's open next weekend, Demon House. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's a haunted mansion with this long sloping lawn, and you walk up to it and you feel like you're approaching the Amityville house. It's just beautiful and eerie and sinister. But these places, like, they're works of art. Somebody thought really hard about what the entrance is going to look like, what a scene is going to look like, where the animatronic is going to come out.
That's the thumbnail!
Ooh, if we do it at the same time, it looks like a heart. That's the thumbnail. But and some of these places are scripted, so there's an actual play going on. Many of the actors in these haunted attractions are trained actors.
Right.
They're actors.
Yeah.
Because, we, like I said, we're based in the Pittsburgh area. We have a ton of theater programs and theater schools whose students and graduates participate in these things. I know the same thing is true, like out in Cincinnati. You have an incredible theater program there at Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music, and you're going to see great acting. You're going to see, beautiful makeup, and a lot of these places, great costumes, and some really inventive stuff. So go to appreciate the art. Support the local arts.
Support the arts.
And the haunted houses are art.
Yeah, yeah. And, I mean, there's just something to be said for just go out and have fun.
Yes.
Just have fun.
Yeah, sorry,
go
really
do it. Fun! This is us. Just go out and do something fun for a weekend or 2 weekends, just to enjoy yourself. Don't have any kind of anticipation of what it should be or what somebody else said it was.
Right.
Just enjoy the moment. Just be in the moment. Enjoy the rooms that you're in, the trail that you're in, the different the actors and the parts that they're playing. Just enjoy it. Laugh at the other people when they scream if you don't feel like screaming.
Right.
But also, it's okay to be vulnerable and allow yourself.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we started talking about when we started seriously visiting a lot of haunted attractions was just how much fun it was and how it kind of put us in touch with our younger selves.
Yeah.
Like there's something that happens when you're an adult where
Right. You feel like you have this facade that you have to keep up. I'm not a child. I'm not going to scream or pee my pants.
You can't scare me. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. 100% you can scare me. But,
and I'll survive, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, but there's just something about going to a haunted attraction that, like, I know that we went when we were kids. Mm-hmm. We've talked about, like, the early experiences we had, and going to a haunted attraction is, if you're not a kid, this is a chance to be a kid again, and it's okay. Like Lily mentioned last week that when we first started visiting haunted houses, there was a certain level of fear that we were going to be, by a long shot, the oldest people there, and we weren't.
Nope. There's like just a couple places, like I said before, that the majority are young people, but that's just the neighborhood and the people they appeal to. I mean, honestly, don't even worry about that. If you're going to go to a haunt, there are not, there's going to be people of all ages.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and nobody is going to deny you admission or make fun
laugh
of
at you. Like, oh my God,
or ask what you're doing there.
Though people do make fun of us for being so scared, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, oh my God, those ladies are so scared.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'll be like, it's okay, honey. Do you, like...
We're like,
we want to be scared.
This is
why
literally our
like,
300th haunt ever.
I know.
We know. No, we have had some embarrassing moments. I remember, we made a spectacle of ourselves at Erie Acres Farm. You're looking at me like, how is that sentence going to end? There are so many places that we've made a spectacle of ourselves. So, brief anecdote. Erie Acres Farm. Absolutely, fun haunted house, fun corn maze, fun pallet maze. Really well done. Great little community festival outside. They always have, local food trucks and a local brewery, and they have vendors. Fun place. Highly recommend. 2 wiggly thumbs up. But pallet maze, at the very end, spoilers, turn this off if you don't want to hear what happens in the pallet maze. Come back to it after you visited.
You may guess.
There are multiple chainsaws in the pallet maze. Multiple chainsaws in the pallet maze. And Lily has a visceral reaction to chainsaws. Always. So we're in this pallet maze trying to run from the chainsaws, and there are other groups ahead of us who've gotten stuck in the maze. There are groups behind us who've caught up with us, and we're just screaming like fools, screaming like idiots. Finally, we get out of the pallet maze, thanks in part to one of the chainsaw actors taking pity on us and being like, go that way.
Yeah.
We finally got out, and we heard the group that was ahead of us talking about, did you see those 2 ladies in there who were terrified of chainsaws? That was hilarious.
As we ran past them, we were like, hello!
we will add value to your experience if we're there.
Same place as Laura Ingalls.
Oh, God.
also chainsaw.
Yeah.
But he did the... I don't know why. I guess it was just dark. It was dark. I think we were in corn.
We were in corn.
And he was at the top, and
He was
at
the top of a hill, and he's just standing there, sort of silhouetted against the lights from the festival behind him, and
the chainsaw was down.
The chainsaw was down, and
he
then
was just like
he pulls the chainsaw, and you can hear that.
No, he said it first. He came in eye contact and said da 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 da, and I went da 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 da. We had a conversation for a little while. It took a couple. That's why when he did the chainsaw, I went, oh, and I ran down the hill with my arms flailing.
She looked like the credits from Little House on the Prairie with like her arms windmilling as she goes running down the hill. Yeah. So go to a haunted house. There's a reason to
get a workout.
Get a workout. Yeah. See idiots like us making fools of ourselves.
But technically, you're not supposed to run.
Yeah.
No running. You can get hurt.
They always tell you not to run.
Don't run. And I don't know why they look at us. Yeah, don't run. It's one of the rules.
But it's fun. It is just...
And then you have fun stories to tell afterwards.
Fun. You lay aside all of these sort of adult pretensions and you just do fun things. All right.
Yep.
So, how to be a good guest in a haunted house.
Yep, that's a good one. Don't run.
Don't run. Don't
run and harm their props. Don't touch stuff.
Oh, don't touch stuff. Do not touch stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a jerky move. Like, if you do it by accident, they totally understand. I've run into things many, many times. She fell over a couch. Like,
Yeah. I sincerely apologize. Again, this was at Demon House. Sorry. This is apparently a theme of the night. It's an old house. It's a 19th century manor. And so, very confined quarters. And as much as she reacts to chainsaws, I react to anything from, like, J-horror. Like, if it looks like it walked out of The Grudge or The Ring, I am done. I'm donezo. Done. Out of there. And we came around a corner in this small room, and there was a girl just standing there with her hair over her face. And it was such tight quarters, we could not play our favorite game of actor or prop. I couldn't tell if it was an actual person or simply a statue standing there, so I was very close to it. And she moved. And I, flung myself across the undoubtedly antique couch. The nice antique couch that was in the room. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I try really hard. However, they understand.
But,
stuff like that, they understand.
Try not to do that.
We've seen people who are like, oh, what's this? And, they're grabbing things and stuff. And somebody has to go fix that. Yeah. Just don't do that.
Yeah. And with that said, don't harass the actors.
Yep.
Don't harass the actors. They are there to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard a lot of people say with some pride, oh, if anybody ever jumped out at me, I would punch them. Don't.
No.
And if you know that that's your reaction, if you know that you are likely to react really aggressively to somebody jumping out at you, don't go to a haunted house because...
Yeah. Nobody wants to get punched at their job.
No. And...
Would you punch the waitress? Switch of gears.
I told you don't catch him. But we've seen it happen, and sometimes again, you're going to have visceral reactions you don't expect to have.
Yeah, they understand sometimes if you're or grabbing Sweaty Naked Boy. I knew he was going to come up. Sweaty Naked Boy was going to come up because I grabbed him. But literally, it was dark. I thought it was her.
Lily,
I was ready to use him as a shield.
Lily, do you want to tell the people about Sweaty Naked Boy?
do we need? Maybe we just
Not
need
on-
the story again.
Not on this one. We have not yet told
Okay.
this
So
story.
this is also Demon House. The beginning.
This is not the only place we go, I swear. It's the first place
right,
usually
yeah.
most years. They open
Yeah.
very early. They
Yeah.
stay open late, but
Yeah. So at the end they have a maze. I think maybe it's pallets. I don't know. I can't really see because I'm running from things. And there's also multiple
chainsaws.
Yeah. And I ran and we got split up and I thought
Because she turned back toward the house.
right, we were with some random people
we were
and they were
with-
like, what is happening?
We were with a group. Chainsaws came towards us, and instead of going in the direction of the exit, going in the direction that we were supposed to go, Lily completely turns around, heads back to the haunted house.
Yeah.
And the other people in the group are looking at me like, where's she going? Back to the
She'll be
house
back.
because that's safer.
Because some other actor's gonna chase her out of there.
yeah.
And then I think kept running past. Like I ran past you guys, and then I don't know. We ran into each other. Something happened that I literally thought when I ran, because he must have quieted and like snuck up on me, and it was dark, and I thought he was you, and I was going to use you as a shield to get out the rest of it, and I grabbed him, and he was wet and naked. It was skin. It was sweaty skin. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
So, also, as a side note, don't scare the actors.
So, he
don't
was-
do something so
He was
alarming.
okay.
that
And I
scare
did
the
talk to him
actors.
later, and he also said that, you know, if that's the worst that happens, that's fine because I've been punched many times. And that's crazy. I mean, he was a teenager. Like,
Yeah. Don't
do that.
Don't grab the actors. Don't punch the actors.
Try really hard not to grab them.
Don't hit on the actors.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do
That's-
that.
Yeah. No, they don't like that at all.
Yeah. They're not
don't
there for that.
harass them. Like, don't yell things at them or like, that's not funny or that's not scary or even that's not funny. Like,
Oh.
just any kind of,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
be in the moment. Just
Right. I know that a lot of people go to haunted houses to kind of test their bravery, test their sense of like, you know, their strength. Look at us. We're you know, we're older women who are going to scream our heads off. We go to, you know, literally hundreds of haunted houses. I don't think that I'm especially brave,
Yeah.
but it just, you know,
right.
as a side note, like have fun in the moment. Don't be so caught up in not
Right.
showing
Right. I think that's what it
emotion
is.
and
Like,
not responding.
In
that
their
you-
testing,
Yeah.
they're just trying not to be scared
No.
the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
what, how was that fun?
And let yourself be scared. So I know that Marilyn's organizing a group of her friends to take to haunts. Wednesday's trying to convince a group of her friends to go to haunted houses. And I think they're both having to do some persuading.
in managing but yeah, that's another thing. Let everybody know what they're in for.
Yes.
Because we've seen a couple times going to haunts where they they get you wet or do things and people are mad and they had no idea. And I'm like, and I was thinking, how do you not know? I know some people don't research it, but if you're paying that money and you're going to see this thing, wouldn't you want to know what you're going to see? I think sometimes that's what happens. People come in a group and they don't know. There's like, oh, we're going to a haunted house. They have no idea what kind. Because we saw a movie like that. And I was like, oh, that's what happens. They all, except for I think they all
There's
died.
pressure. Yeah, they all died.
They all died.
That's not what happens. No. But, you know, let yourself be scared.
Yep.
Don't be afraid that you're going to scream and make a fool of yourself because we do that all the
Everybody else, I
time.
mean, most everybody else is too.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay to scream. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel that emotion. And you can feel that emotion and get through it safely.
Yeah.
No problem.
And it's okay if they gotcha.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
you got me.
It's their job.
Yeah.
And
they're
they
trained
love
to do that.
They
They
love.
do it over and over again.
It's
They have
like-
lots of experience.
It's like applause at a live show. Like if you've got
Yes.
somebody playing a really great guitar lick and you're like, ah. Somebody who gets a good jump scare in.
yeah.
That is.
Yep. A little notch on their wall.
That is the applause. I would also say don't go in with expectations of what you're going to see.
Yes.
Like,
They're all different.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're similar. They're all haunted houses, but the vibe, how it's decorated, not decorated, lots of actors, not as many actors, lots of animatronics. They're all different.
And it might not be the image you have in your mind, but try to go with the flow, see it for what it is.
Yeah. And definitely some have more of the constant jumping in your face,
Yeah.
and some have more of the instilling that creepy feeling as you're like going along,
Yeah.
waiting for something to happen.
Yeah. If you're going to a place, say like Ghoul Brothers in Akron, just
Breathe all the air before you go in, because once you're in, you can't breathe.
it's constant. It's just constant. I think we clocked that attraction at somewhere around 27, 28 minutes. You would think you were in there for over an hour because the stimulation is constant.
Yes. Yeah.
But you go to somewhere like Chippewa Lake, the slaughterhouse.
The large rooms.
There's
and
enormous rooms. It's an actual old slaughterhouse, and there are these long passageways with, chains dangling from the ceiling and light, and this sense of dread that just builds and builds and builds. So
Watch out for the piggies.
watch out for the piggies. Yay. I'm looking forward to it so much.
It's the feeling they instill.
So places have very different approaches, and don't assume that you won't enjoy something.
Right.
Don't assume you're not going to enjoy something because it's not like your type of horror.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not a sci-fi horror person. I can appreciate sci-fi horror movies. I
Right.
enjoy them.
Yeah.
I never really thought of them as super scary. Nightmare Cleveland is a very scary haunted house. It is a science fiction themed haunted house. They do a great job.
Yep.
You don't need super high-end props to make an experience very scary. I think about one of the mazes at Land of Illusion that was just sort of this sensory deprivation maze.
Yeah.
And Crawford School of Terror did a sensory deprivation
Yes.
thing very early in their
yes, they
history,
did.
where they just blindfolded you. And,
And you had to hold the rope and go through the maze in the basement, and people would poke at you, but with feather, just kind of do this. So you had to stick your
breathe
hand in
behind you.
things. Yeah.
And that's as old school, low tech as you can get. Also really unsettling and really cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I feel like we're making a pitch to go to more than one haunted house.
Yes.
Find out what is effective, what you like.
Right.
There are places in the areas that we've been to that are just, beautiful and high tech and very cinematic. If you go to someplace like the Dent Schoolhouse out in Cincinnati, it's like Haunted House Disneyland. It's
Fear Columbus.
beautiful. Fear Columbus. You can feel the sound coming up through your feet.
Yes. Yes. 100 Acres has a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Fright Farm has
Fright
these
Farm.
beautiful cinematic sets. If that is what you're looking for, if that's what scares you and excites you, there's plenty of options. But there are also places that are, grittier.
Yep.
I don't want to say simpler because that
No.
undersells what they do. And they're effective at what they do because it's a very different approach.
Right. Right. Yeah. I say, like, we know everybody can't go to 100 haunts, but, go to a few, see what you like, and then you can maybe do some research and see what other haunts, read our reviews.
We spend a lot of time on them.
Some other haunts that are like what you like, and, you'll have more ideas. More places to go, more fun to have.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to? Haunt season 2024.
I just can't wait. The beginning of the season is so like when you're inside of a haunt, I always turn around and I'm like, oh my God, I smell the haunt. It's like all the senses. I can smell it. I smell the fog. I smell wood. I smell soil. I smell makeup. Like just all the smells mingled together, and the sounds of just being a haunt. A little bit when you go to Spirit Halloween. The sounds kind of like, I just want to stand here and listen.
Yeah.
The sounds of a haunt and just that feeling. There's just a feeling now. Like just, I know, from just being all of our experience going to all the haunts, and it's just so much fun. That beginning of the season feeling, the first few haunts you go to, and you just stand there like, yes, we're here again. I can't wait to feel that feeling.
Yeah.
I can't wait to smell bonfires. I can't wait to see any changes people made.
Yeah.
Some new haunts. We have a
Yeah.
couple new haunts on the horizon.
I'm always excited. I like adding new places into our schedule. We have places that we return to year after year because they put on a good show year after year.
Yeah.
And there are places...
And they always change something.
There are places that change things up. I mean, they're like... They'll adjust things. They'll completely
or have different
revamp.
shows each season.
I mean, there's one place that we went to a few years back, a couple years back, Fright Nights, West Virginia, where they're on a schedule. They will rotate an attraction out like every 3 years. So
they have a new one this year.
Always getting something new if you go there. But I love not only seeing how the reliable places tweak what they do and adjust and find new ways of doing things and build up their sets. I love like going to a new haunt and being surprised by it. And sometimes it's just new to us.
Yes.
But sometimes like it's a brand new haunt. Last year we went to a place that had been a charity haunt, Portals of Fear, which is in this old Catholic school in Pittsburgh. And we're like, oh, this should be fun.
Yeah.
Let's check this out. And honestly, from the second we got out of the car, and there
we were like, oh, no.
maniacs with weapons chasing us in the parking lot. And they had this, wonderful setup, where you walked into the office and this undead nun was, ready to send you to detention or something. It was really fun and well designed, and I was like, oh, who knew? This is
right.
Very high quality acting, great sets,
very inventive. They had stuff that
a haunted storage unit. Like you can make a haunted anything. There was
anything.
It was really
great.
And then the Nightmare at Stagecoach Hollow that a friend of ours told us about, and he was like, "Oh, you should check them out." We assumed wrongly that it was just going to be like this fun little trail. We thought it was going to be a relatively low key. Relatively, because we'd been to a couple of pretty intense attractions the night before. Oh no. Oh no, they're nuts. They're nuts.
Yep.
Relentless. And it was just like it was a discovery. Going someplace like Portals or Nightmare at Stagecoach Hollow and finding something new.
Yeah. Like the hidden.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. We
No.
we also didn't know about that. I think I maybe saw a little bit, and then I didn't see, like, it depends if I see them listed places or if I see ads on Facebook, or, you know, and I think I saw a little bit the year before, but last year I was like, let's, you know, and they're near something else, like, let's go, you know, let's go check it out, see what it's like.
And as we were getting our picture taken at the start of the trail, the very nice lady said to us, well, you do realize this is a touch haunt, right? What? Oh,
like, no.
Insane.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it was so fun, though. So fun.
But every year there's like this sense of something new, and
Yeah.
there's some new
Yeah, the
things
excitement. There
that
are,
we're
yep.
looking forward to this
Yes.
year.
Yep, we have some new ones.
And we will be going back because, I mean, we've heard whispers that there's going to be some new stuff at some of our reliable
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
So I cannot wait to see,
Me too.
like, how they change things up. It's always fun. It's always an adventure.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
And
Every weekend.
every weekend.
From the beginning of September to the beginning of November.
Yeah.
We're busy.
Yeah, we are.
We're busy.
Yep. So if you're going to ask either one of us to do anything, no.
Our schedule may not be completely filled out yet, but we're going to haunts.
We're going to
We're just not
haunts.
sure which one.
Every weekend
Yep,
from now
we have a
until
couple
November.
weeks filled out, and then we'll see. We have a list of where we would like to go. If anybody would like us to go, come see them, even on a trip. We haven't really decided fully on
Yeah.
what trip we're going to do this year.
Yeah,
So, yeah, let us know. Message us,
Yeah.
and
So
we'll see if we can make it.
So next week we will be Friday and Saturday night. We will be out at haunts, but hopefully we will be able to check in with you and give you a little bit of a rundown on
Yeah, where we
our
went, what we
experiences.
did, yeah.
We would also, sometime in the next few weeks, I do
Yeah.
think we should talk about a nice alternative to haunted attractions. We should talk about escape rooms.
Yes.
Because there are some
Yeah.
quality, spooky escape rooms
So good.
in
So good.
the general, like, Pittsburgh,
So if you like escape rooms,
West Pennsylvania,
or puzzles,
East Ohio.
or anything like that, and you like spooky stuff, even
There's
just like
a bunch.
horror movies or haunted houses, we
yeah,
have some
we'll
ideas
talk
for
about we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Other stuff that we know
I
is
think
gonna-
from now on is probably going to be we're probably going to be a little busy.
be
So if we
busy.
talk about anything, like we definitely
We'll talk
have
about our haunts.
we'd like to talk about the escape rooms, but we're definitely going to be talking about the haunts. I'm not sure if we're going to do like a recap of our weekend kind of video, or when, because again, we're
We'll
busy.
we will be at the haunted attractions, but we
or
will
if we're
try.
just gonna like pick one and talk about that experience, or do a couple short videos. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out.
We're still learning this. Let's see what happens.
Yes, that's our catchphrase. See what
That's
happens.
the motto. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Like, follow, subscribe, and again, let us know if there's some place that we should check out. If there's something you would like to hear from us, and we will try to see you
Yes.
next week.
Yes.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.